project presentation for my CIT 260 class, Object-Oriented Programming. And to start, I'm going to explain the difference between static class variables and static instance variables. The static class variables are shared and they can be referenced at any time within. Non-static instance variables can only be referenced if we have created an object of the class, and they can only be called within that object. So I have created this demo class to exemplify. This demo class has two variables, age and height. Age is a private static integer, and height is a private integer. This is a non-static variable. So remember, non-static can only be called once we have created my main, and to system out print lines to print out the values of the variables. The first one, if you can see when I run it, works 0, and the second one, it has an error. It throws an error. It says that non-static variable height cannot be referenced from a static context. So the reason why this is not referring to this one is because height is a non-static instance variable, so it should be here under the main method. So what I did in order to fix this error is that I made height static variable. So now it's referring to the same. It's calling it, and program again, and it works fine. It says now age is 0, height is 0, and it's built successfully. Okay, so now I'm gonna erase array lists and enums and when they're recommended to use. Okay. So an array is recommended when the list length is fixed, but you might want to change the items in the list. In our game, we use an array for the scenes because it's of a fixed length. There are no, we won't add the scenes during the game, and they are all of the same data type. The array list. Well, these are recommended to use when you need to add or remove objects from the list, or the objects are or different data types. In our game, we use an array list for the inventory type because, well, we need to add or remove items to the game. And the items, they're all of different data types. So the or tools, etc. So that we choose an array list because it was the best fit according to our needs. And now, last but not least, the enums. The enums are recommended when the number of items is fixed and the items did not change either. So we use an enum for our characters because we only have 3 characters. There won't be any other character added through the game, and they never change. We only have Rambo, Neo, and Kung Fu Panda, and they're all super awesome. And now, I'm going to talk about the for statement index. This for statement goes through the characters array. And okay, what it does, this first line, it creates a new position for the character. The second line, It creates a place for the character in the array. And this line, it places the character in the new position that we just created. And this statement does the same for each item in the array, for every single character. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the try and catch statements. I'm using the design barrels view class for this example. And this class prompts the user to enter information that will be processed in the barrel control class, in the control layer. So it asks for the height of the barrel and the radius of the barrel. So as we see here, the try statement, the system will run the statement within the curly brackets, and it's called in the barrel control class. And it will look for errors. If there is any error, that will be catch here and throw and the exception. And this error view that display will display the error message. So here is the barrel control class. This is where all of the calculations are made for our design barrel view. And as you can see, I have replaced the return -1, which is what we had to let us know that there was an error, for the error message. So let's now throw new, the radius is too high, the height is too high, and the power is too high. So if we enter an invalid value, any of those messages, and the error messages are handled by this display method in the error view class. This error view class not only handles the error messages for this function or the design barrel view class, but all of the through all of the program. And like when once we run the program, we have an error says, "Oh snap, the radius is too high." Okay, so now I'm going to talk about byte streams versus character streams. When to use by. So when to use byte streams. We use byte streams when using binary data, or when we want to read and write character data stored in the ASCII. Why? Because ASCII format maps each character to a single byte of memory, and it's only used for Western-based languages. Now, character streams, when to use it. Java recommends using character streams for reading and writing all character data. Why? Because the default format for storing character data in Java is the Unicode format. And, well, character streams, they support characters in both the ASCII and the Unicode format. So basically, we do not need byte streams because character streams, they have everything. And now I'm going to explain how to write character data to an external file. I'm going to use this print report function, which will print the report for the map, the inventory, the character, and the weapon. And this first line here, it prompts the user to enter the path where the report is to be saved. And then the second line from the user. And this one, well, if nothing is entered, it will ask for an input. And this is what it looks like when we run the program. This is where it's asking for the input, and then I entered final presentation as the path file, and that's what it will was final presentation. So going back to our class here, or function, sorry, we have the try statement. This is where the system will first add all this information to a report, like the dates, the time, and it will call the function report file, view inventory, view character, and weapon report. It will look for errors, and if there's any errors, they will be catched, the exception will be thrown, and the error message will be displayed. In my case, there was no errors in my program. So this is the file that I created, the final presentation. And this is a part of the report, the printed report. And well, that was it for my presentation. I hope all the topics were clear. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.